Hello everyone, thank you for checking out today's video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chris. We talk all about koi ponds, water gardens, all kinds of stuff, everything from design, construction, to pond filtration, fish, aquatic plants, troubleshooting, and we have some product reviews as well. You can use the playlists here on my channel to help navigate your way around. I have a ton of videos here for you on so many different topics, and I've broken them down to different categories on the playlists, hopefully help you find things a little bit easier. So today's video, we are looking at the Little Giant PondWorks waterfall pump. Okay, this is the WGP-95-PW. So we're going to talk all about this. I've used this pump for years, so I want to share it with you, everything that I've learned about it and how I use it. And yeah, just introduce you to this pump if you're looking for a nice submersible pump. All right, so first off, let me say that there are three models of this pump. Okay, there's the WGP-65, the WGP-80, and the WGP-95. So basically the difference is the amount of gallons per hour, okay? They are 1,500, 3,500, and this one is 4,280. Okay, so depending on your use and the size that you need, they offer three different sizes. Really nice pumps. This one particular pump runs on 700 watts. All right, it is a direct drive pump. It's not a mag drive pump. It's not the most energy efficient pump out there. However, at 700 watts, it's really not bad. Okay, but the advantage of something like this is more power. All right, it will definitely be able to give you more power. And when I say power, I mean head pressure. Okay, pumping a long distance, a large volume of water. All right, so let's open this up. All right, like I said, we know that we have three different sizes available of these. All right, so when we open up this box here, basically what we get is the pump. A few little papers inside here. There's a handle that goes on this pump. There's a 16-foot cord, which is really nice. And there's a little adapter here that screws into the side for a discharge. Okay, so we'll talk about this here in a minute too. So the handle is actually a pretty nice feature. Let me put this here over here. It actually slides into a grooved slot on the side of the pump here. Let me figure it out if I get it in the right way. There we go. Okay, and it gives you a nice little handle. It serves two purposes. All right, one, a handle to pick it up. All right, it is a pretty heavy pump. And also, this pump has two discharges. Okay, it has one here on this side, all right, and one on this side. Now, the beauty of this pump is that this handle can also be used as a base, and the pump can be run on a vertical, okay, a vertical usage as well. So kind of neat, when it comes to that. The pump is nice and solid. Like I said, it's a nice heavy pump. Now years ago, and I'm talking 25 years ago, maybe a little more, Little Giant used to have a bunch of pumps that were used as basically as sump pumps, but people were using them in the water garden trade. Basically because, they were readily available. Little Giant's a big name, it's a big company, and when the pond business industry first started getting going, these Little Giant pumps, jumped right into it and became a staple. The problem was that a lot of their pumps contained oil, okay? And if the pump failed, sometimes the pump could leak oil into your pond. Now, from what I understood, I don't remember, this was a long time ago, but from what I understood, I believe that the oil that they were using in the pumps was a non-toxic, I want to say like a vegetable oil kind of thing, or mineral oil kind of thing. So it wasn't so toxic to the fish. However, it left an oil film all over the pond that was very hard to get rid of, okay? So in time, they changed their designs, and they made pumps like this that no longer have oil in them. So it was not an issue. Now, these pumps are also made for continuous duty. So they're great for, you know, the water garden, koi pond applications, because you can plug them in to run your waterfall, you know, plug it in March, April, and unplug it, you know, in November, okay, whatever, you know, whenever you want to open and close your pond. So they definitely are made for continuous duty. And as I said, it's a direct drive electric motor, so it definitely has a lot of power in here to pump a nice volume of water over a distance without losing a lot of head pressure. So this pump has been a staple for me for many years. I've used these pumps a lot. Me personally, in my own business, I run these pumps all the time as pumps to help drain and clean ponds. And the reason for that, so there's pros and cons with it. The pros, all right, the thing that I really liked about this pump is the fact that its suction is right on the bottom base of the pond, okay? So I can put this thing right down on the bottom of the pond on the liner and suck the water out, you know, within, you know, a ½ inch, okay? I mean, it will pull everything. Really nice. Some pumps have like rubber feet and stuff on the bottom, and they're actually held an inch or so, maybe more, 2 inches above the actual, you know, bottom of the pond, which inhibits its ability to pull water. So if I'm draining and cleaning a pond, and I use those other pumps, I'm going to only be able to pump the pond down and then have, you know, 2 inches of water left on the bottom that I can't get out. Okay, this pulls it out right from the bottom. Now, that's the good thing with it. The disadvantage that I have with these pumps, which I know, I've learned, okay, is it does use a plastic impeller. They're great. You'll have no problem with them under normal use. But for me cleaning, you know, draining, cleaning ponds, I'm sucking up all kinds of debris, okay? Sometimes little gravel, some rocks, some stuff, all kinds of, you know, dirt and stuff. And for me, in time, those impellers really wear down. So the motors, the pump itself still runs great, but I end up not having a lot of discharge, right? And not a lot of water coming out of my hose at the other end over time because the impeller is just so worn down. I have learned to change them and replace impellers, you know, but that's just something that I've noticed and, you know, I'm aware of. So when I'm cleaning a pond now, I really try to keep these pumps as clean as I can so that, you know, my impellers don't get all worn down. So for me, that's how I use these pumps most of the time. Now, for my clients, okay, I use these pumps most often, I would say, in a skimmer. Okay, in a pond filtration system where we have a skimmer with the sump pump and the skimmer, pumping water out around to a waterfall through a UV light, through to one of those waterfall spillway filter boxes. These work great. All right, again, we're pumping a nice volume of water with nice head pressure, and it can really function well as a continuous duty pump in a skimmer running a filter. I do have a few clients with small ponds that run these pumps in the pond with a pipe coming out, running it to a small Aqua Ultima 2 bead filter, but just the small ones. I have the small 1900 gallon per hour pump on a 1000 aqua bead filter, and actually I have this pump, the 4280 gallons per hour, run on a 2000 aqua bead filter for a client. And I mean, ideally for me, that's not the best way to run an external bead filter. I'd rather have an external pump. But in those situations, they are clients that already had a pump in the pond, all set up with their filters, everything the way it is, and the pump failed, and we needed to replace it with a new pump, and I've used these. So I've, like I said, I've used these pumps for years and years and years for many people. They have been really, really great pumps for me. They have a 3-year warranty on the pump. Okay, so they definitely stand by the product. It is, it's a nice pump. As I said, it's got a 16-foot cord, all right, which is really nice too, because if you've got a skimmer and your electric's over there, you can, run it out. For me, cleaning a pond, I can, have my extension cord outside the pond and have this pump down in the pond over there, and have plenty of room to move it around without dragging an extension cord into the water, into the pond. Okay, so definitely good with that. Now, as I said here, there are 2 ports on this pump, and we have a little plug, okay, that can go on either port. So if you want to lay this down and pump up this way, then we can put this plug here on this side port, okay? Either way, right, it's just a nice little adaptation, that we can use, whatever suits our methods best. If we set this in a skimmer just like this, we can run a pipe out of here with a 90-degree elbow up, a check valve, a union, whatever we need, and out of our skimmer. Okay, so the other thing here, these fittings here on the bottom are inch and a quarter, which is kind of odd, I would say. I just want to see what it says here. Yeah, they're inch and a quarter. Now, I say it's kind of odd. Inch and a quarter for a pump that's pumping 4,280 gallons an hour seems a little bit small. However, I mean, that's how they've designed this pump. That's the amount of water it's putting out through that inch and a quarter fitting. My suggestion to you is I would bump that up, once you put your inch and a quarter male adapter in here, elbow it up, whatever you're doing. I would bump it up to 1.5 inches at least right away. Okay? Even 2 inch is fine, but 1.5 inches is typically how I've run, everything out. I don't use inch and a quarter pipe for just about like any of my plumbing. I'm either 1.5 inches or 2 inch, so I would just put the little male adapter in here. That's 1 inch and a quarter thread to 1.5 inches socket. Okay, so then we can just bump it right to 1.5 inches and do whatever we want with it. The bottom of this pump has a plate here, which actually does pull off, but they're a little tricky here when they're new. But there is a little guard here on the bottom of the pump that sometimes we just got to stick a little screwdriver in here and pry it up. But it's just a little plate to help protect and guard the pump. And along the bottom there's little holes, okay, that it sucks everything in. So it acts as like a little screen, a little strainer. It's good. I mean, it works just fine. It pulls all the water in through that way. And doesn't suck in your fish, small fish or anything like that. It does a good job with keeping all that out. For me, when I'm cleaning the ponds, I take that little screen off, that little plate off the bottom, and just allow the pump to, pull stuff directly right in. So either way, all right. But I think that kind of wraps it up. I've kind of given you a good idea of what this pump is all about. As I said, there's 3 different sizes. The WGP-95 is 1,900 gallons. The WPG-80 is 3,500 gallons. And the WGP-95, this one right here, is 4,280. So it's removing a lot of water, okay? So they're all really nice. They're all exactly the same. The smaller pump, they all run the same size fittings. It's just maybe a slightly smaller housing, but pretty much they're all the same style, same kind of pump. It's hard to tell them apart. All right. As I said before, this 1.5 inch fitting, 1.25 inch fitting here on the bottom, it's a little bit small, but I think they kind of did that on purpose simply because of the size of the housing and the impeller here on the bottom, where the impeller and everything sits down here that 1.25 inch kind of fits in there really nice. So I'm sure it's all, you know, in the design. And like I said, it doesn't affect the pump's ability to, you know, pump the water out or restrict it in any way. I just like to bump it up to 1.5 inches to whatever I'm doing. All right. So that pretty much is this pump in a nutshell here. Like I said, it's a really reliable pump. I've used these things for years. They run great in a skimmer, as a sump pump in the pond. It's a really versatile, you know, multi-duty kind of pump. Yeah, all right. I do have links on my website at pondscapesandmore.com for these pumps. You can look under the featured pond products, and you can find these pumps there with direct links into Amazon, you know, to purchase them if you need. I appreciate the support on that. But yeah, so I'm going to wrap up here. Just a quick review today of these Little Giant water garden pumps. Really versatile, nice pumps, reliable, move a lot of water. Really nice pump. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're into koi ponds and water gardens and all that kind of fun stuff. And take some time, take a look at all the videos here. I have a ton of stuff for you guys. Hopefully you can find something that can answer some questions and help you out. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you back again soon. Bye.